This game literally broke my heart. Watch till the end to find out why. So it was second game in one day, and I played against Spanish International Master. I started playing with d4, and he played c5, which was totally unexpected for me. So I thought and played d5, and I really didn't know how actually I should have continued here, so I just used my imagination. e4, g6, bishop d3. Instead of bishop d3, there is many moves like c4, knight c3, bishop c4, etc. And I played bishop d3, bishop g7, and f4. f4 is not good move here. It's pretty strange move to play in the opening because I have not developed my pieces yet. I need a castle, f4 opens king side, etc. But it was quite shocking for my opponent. I was watching him in the face, and he was like quite shocked after this move, so it kind of worked. a6, probably his idea was to play b5 here, and I played a4 not to let him play b5. Instead of a4, c4 would be good move also. a4, e6. Instead of e6, he should have played knight on f6, castle, but e6 is not bad move either. The d takes e6. Well, c4 would be also a nice move, because if it takes, I can take with c-pawn, and then center is good for me, but I really did not like it. I really wanted to trade this pawn, and I thought it would be better for me. f takes e6 and knight on f3. Still, I can play c4 here, not to let d5 probably, but knight on f3 seems logical move to develop knight and castle. Knight on e7 and castle. I was looking c3 not to let bishop d4, but I really don't know why I did not play that. Probably I wanted to castle first as for my king safety. And he played knight c6 and I played f5. Well, if I would play c3, I already have big advantage here. I really don't know what I was hallucinating in this game. I mean, after c3, I was thinking d5, and maybe I really didn't like this position. I was thinking to take it. And if I take, yeah, it's quite better for black. So I really didn't think moves like bishop on e3, which gives me advantage here. So I really didn't calculate it as good, and that's why I played here f5. The idea f5 was to sacrifice the pawn and get compensation, counterplay here, which would be pretty good. But f5 is mistake. Take. Bishop takes f5, I take, g takes f5, and rook on a3. Well, yeah, seems logically that black has advantage because they have extra pawn, and I don't have exactly attack, but I had feeling that I would get some compensation here, because look at this pawn structure, that king is weak, and I had this kind of feeling, so that's why I went for that. Rook on a3 and queen d7. Yep, now black has big advantage actually, but I had feeling that I would use this situation for my side and would get big advantage out of it. Castle and bishop f4. If you look at this, yes, after knight g6, probably black, well, not knight g6, but probably black has here like advantage. But if you look as a human eyes, you can see that bishop is threatening d6, my rook and queen is strong, king can't go on b6, and my opponent was thinking so much and was so nervous, because it's logically, if you look at this, it's pretty hard for black to play this game. So that's why I support you to play by your own mind than just some rules, because look like it's psychology. So that's why my opponent made a mistake and played d5, which opened my bishop from an f4, and I played knight d2. The idea was to play knight c4 here and attack, and queen on e8, correct move, and rook e1, using another rook to attack. Queen on h5 was mistake. Already he was thinking so much and he was so nervous in this position, which I was happy, because I was already realizing that I had advantage on psychology against him. Queen h5, queen e2, and queen g6. Well, here I was thinking rook on e3 also, but somehow I didn't like something, probably knight d4, but or maybe bishop on f6, so I did not play rook on e3. I wanted to remove this queen from e5, then play rook e3. And knight g5, now I have already advantage. See, now I got advantage in like 2 moves. That's why this position was scary for black. Knight d5. Well, here I played knight on e6. Actually, rook g3 would be a really interesting move, but somehow I really don't like it to give this bishop on f4. So that's why I play knight on e6, rook d8, rook g3, and queen on f6. Here, bishop g5 would be a good move also, in which I played queen on f7 and knight c5. This was a mistake, as it seems. I was looking knight g7, of course. I was looking this variation, knight c4. But I really don't know why I declined that. I felt that I did not have any compensation here because I traded many pieces already. So that's why I decided to take c5 pawn. I was like, okay, let's grab pawn and at least we're equal. But he found good continuation here, rook e8, queen on f2 and d3. Well, d3 is not good, as Gingy says. Probably would be much better to play h6 to attack this bishop. But after d3, it's quite complicated because bishop d4 is hanging. So you need to be really careful. If you take with pawn, here is bishop d4 and you are losing game. So, and if you take with knight, it's same, there is bishop d4 and you are losing game. Plus when you have like short time, it's not easy to think here. And also after c3, I was thinking it was like rook e2 or h6. And that's why d3 is quite scary, and it's like one of the only moves like to play here. Rook d3, knight b4, rook d6 only move, bishop e5, and he did not see one great move which I played here. Like this move I saw in like in really short time, and I'm really proud of this move. Knight d4, brilliant move here. I'm really proud of this move because it's not easy to find this kind of move when you have short time, plus when you are sick, stressed, tired after 2 rounds, and also when you play a much higher rated player and you just don't expect getting this kind of position. Usually when I play against this higher rated player, I'm really happy to make a draw. But here I play for the win. I didn't want to make a draw here. So that's why knight d4 is just the best move, and I'm happy that I found it after these conditions. Queen on f8 and knight d7. Yep, now I'm absolutely winning here. Knight on e5 takes rook on f6, and here he offered me a draw, which I declined because I wanted to win. Queen on h5, knight d6, king b8, knight e8, queen g5, and rook on f5. I have short time here. Even though this is winning, I'm still so nervous that I am thinking that, am I going to win? Or I was also thinking that, oh, I'm already winning and it's over. But no, it's never over until you finish the game. Queen c1, queen on f1, queen f3, king on h1, knight c6. Here, I already started panicking because, well, I have extra exchange, I have extra 2 pawns, so it's absolutely winning. But I got scared of my time, and also I got scared these 2 knights. So I was thinking that my king is weak on h8, maybe these knights will come and try to checkmate. You have some hallucinations, which is actually hurtful for your chess. But this is something I have to work on, probably, especially having time pressure. So rook on f8, my idea was to, if he would play king on a7, I would play queen g1 and I will trade these queens, and that's absolutely winning. I wish it happened like that. And that's why I played rook on f8. But instead of rook on f8, it would be much better probably to play just knight d6 and just absolutely winning. Like, I don't know what he should try, like king c7, like just knight f7 or knight on e8 or something like this, or I don't know. Yeah, there are so many ways. I'm pretty heartbroken that I found only rook on f8. Well, it's still winning, knight g6, rook g8, knight e7, rook g7, but I am already starting shaking, you know. I felt that these knights are becoming strong, I can't use my rook anymore, so I kind of started overthinking. Plus I had like really short time, less than 2 minutes. Knight on f5, rook on f7, knight on h6, and I was thinking here to take rook on h7. You know, like knight g4, I did not properly see h3 move, knight on f2, king on h2, queen on e5, and only move here is king g1 actually. I did not see that, it's a bit sad. Well, I could not see, I had, yeah, my excuse that I had really short time, knight on e4, queen on f7, and that's absolutely winning. Queen d4, king on h2, queen e5, and king g1, and if check, king on f1. No, king on f1 is working. That's interesting. If I go back, is that it like a draw, queen e5? I think Inji can say that, but I think it's a draw here. Just queen c4, and now there is no more check. Yeah, queen c4 is better instead of queen on f7. And there is no more checks, and if he takes, there is checkmate, and if any other moves like knight c5, I'll just simply play knight on f6 probably. Yeah, or even queen c3. Queen c3 is the best, just trade queens and that's all. Either he's gonna take and I'm going to take it, or just simply take and take. But the problem is that these were only moves here, not to make a draw. And I had really short time, so I really couldn't calculate. So here I was thinking g3, and g3 is winning also, but I felt that my king is weak, my knight and rook are stuck, so you know, like hallucinations, that's what I call it. So that's why I did not go for that, and I played knight d6, like in 2 minutes I was thinking so. And gave back this exchange. Well, I have 2 pawns, but the thing is that I don't have any activity left, so he's just taking my pawns. And actually here I was scared not to lose this game and something like that. But it's not lost because I am protecting myself. Even though he took pawn on b2, I saw queen c7, and that's absolutely draw. He can't do anything here. If he would manage to trade my queens, of course I'm losing, but he can't trade queens. He just has to do like these perpetual checks, otherwise, like if he does not do that, queen b7 is hanging. Or like for example, if he would play queen b4 here, just like knight c8, and I'm just making draw, like king on a8, knight b6, so it's a draw. And thankfully I did not blunder in the end game. I'm really happy. I could have blundered in time trouble and lose the game, and it happened. Unfortunately, I lost sometimes games where I was totally winning, which probably would destroy me if I would lose this game, but thankfully it ended up still as a draw. I'm a bit sad with this result, because, well, when you play that whole game, this high quality, you see such brilliant moves, etc. And when you decline draw offer from like much higher rated player, which I would accept maybe another time, which happened that I made a draw in winning or better positions against much higher rated and titled players, but now I am like focused on playing good chess and play for the win instead of playing for the draw. So when you play for the win, you at least get a draw. Of course, it's not always like this, sometimes you lose, of course, but you should play for the win if you want to make a draw at least. So that's what I have done, and yeah, this game is still heartbroken, but at the same time I'm still happy that I ended up with a draw and I played that good game. If you liked the video, make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe my YouTube channel.